Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now, before I start talking about the game, I just want to quickly say that what I've said all season, that there'll be many games like Brentford, Newcastle, City and now Villa. United fans need to realise that it's a rebuild that's going on currently. And Man United are knackered. We are struggling. And you can say it's embarrassing. You can say that it's unethical. You can use many words to describe how United are currently playing. But the baseline word is knackered. You can use all your fancy words or whatever, but the baseline is knackered. I watched United players today and no one was up for it, it seemed. It was just a bad day at the office, you can really say. And what makes me think is that we're in early November and United have only really played every 3 or 4 days, which is Thursday, Sunday mainly. And then all of a sudden, we're knackered. And I understand that because you can't expect to play the same players like within 3 or 4 days, the same 10 to 11 players. You can't expect to keep playing the same players and them not be knackered or drop performances. You can't expect it. No one was up for the game today. And it was tough to give my man of the match, really. There was only really like one or two players that really got my man of the match. So what makes me think is that if United are struggling right now to play Thursday, Sunday, we're going to be it's going to be awful after the World Cup, because then our players would have played 5 months of constant football and then they're now going into January till May to then play Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, pretty much. That's pretty much how it's going to go down, or a Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, for example. So United are really going to struggle, and obviously we have a big squad, but it's quality, not quantity. And that's the thing. I watched Anthony Elanga come on for United today to change the game, and I've made it clear, known on this channel, that I don't think Anthony Elanga is good enough. I honestly think he should be out in the Championship, learning how to be a footballer, learning his trade, and coming back a better player, like Hannibal Mabry's doing, like Ethan Laird's doing, like Amad Diallo's doing at Sunderland. Now, I know they're at League One, but, you know, he's out on loan, learning his trade, and playing constant football. And I can't really say about what players did well today. I can't really talk about who was at fault, because no one was really at fault. Every single player was as bad as the other. And as I said, I don't want to have agendas on this channel. I will call out players when they do perform badly. But for today, for example, it was pretty much the entirety of 11 and substitutions. The substitutions came on, didn't really change the game much, so you could say they're at fault as well. So really, it was a team game where United, after a struggling game against Real Sociedad, where we fought till the last second, where we tried to chase down that second goal, there's pretty much the same 10 players played today. Well, not pretty much. It was the same 10 players that played today. It was just obviously the change that Bruno Fernandes didn't play. And who came in for Bruno Fernandes today? Was it Rashford? Yeah, I think Rashford was brought on, wasn't he, in the Real? Yeah, so obviously that they're the 10 players, and Rashford even played for Real Sociedad for a good half an hour to 40 minutes. So there's your answer. We're playing the same 10 players, same 10 to 11 players constantly, game after game. And of course the players are going to drop off in form. And I'm going to get into the player ratings in a moment of what I think the ratings were. And yeah, but like I said, you can't expect these United players to play 3 days beforehand in a very must-win game where they're fighting till the last whistle, and then play Villa off the park in away from home at Villa Park when they've had a week off they're up for it. They've got a new manager bounce, and I predicted in my preview that Villa would be unpredictable. Villa would come out strong. I did predict a win for Manchester United because I believe in my squad and my team, but I was wrong today. I was not entirely wrong because I knew that Villa would give us a tough game. But obviously, I think that was my bias to being a United fan, and I wanted us to win the game. And maybe I need to take a rain check, because I feel like that even though I'm excited with this project of Ten Hag, I need to be realistic at the same time. That Man United can't win every single game. United are going to have many games like this. So of course you're going to be disappointed when your team loses. That's normal. That's a part of football. But I also want to seem like a non-biased fan. But it's going to be pretty hard when my main focus is Manchester United content. But maybe I need to be realistic sometimes and not say United are going to win every single game. I mean, I've called goal scores in the past where I said that Newcastle versus United would be 1-1, but it ended up 0-0. So I do call predictions. I think I said United would beat City, didn't I? So look how that turned out. But anyway, yeah, where do we go from here? So let me just talk about Villa for a second. Villa played very well, okay, and they just came out aggressive from the first minute. And then obviously they scored the first 2 goals. We'll get onto the goals in a moment. But they scored the first 2 goals, then dropped off. And obviously United got the goal just before half-time. And it ended 2-1 at half-time. Then straight away, you see at half-time, Ten Hag talking to his team, probably saying that, look guys, come on, we're 1 goal down, let's try and build off this, let's try and make it 2-2, play off that, and then try and make it 3-2 and win the game. That's probably what Ten Hag said to them, but obviously in a much more professional and tactical version. What happened was that 5 minutes after the second half started, United conceded, and that's the game done. That's the game dead and buried. And that's the frustrating part, because I feel like that Ten Hag obviously wants to win every single game, but maybe, I know Ten Hag wants to win every single game, but maybe he's got to sacrifice certain games this season. Maybe your Carabao Cups, maybe the Europa League, maybe the FA Cup. Because right now, what is actually the main goal for Manchester United? Is it coming top 4? Is it getting that Champions League spot, winning Europa League, or coming top 4? Or is it just surviving this season until Ten Hag gets more money to get more players in? That's the frustrating part, because I don't know what the end goal is anymore. I didn't have big expectations this season. I knew that this rebuild was going to happen. I knew that United were going to struggle, because these are pretty much the majority same players who let Manchester United down last season. These were the players who let down the fans, let down the club, and let down the badge. And that's the frustrating thing, because people want to point the finger at David De Gea, Van der Beek, Ronaldo, Garnacho now. And it's not fair, because most of these players were terrible last season for Man United, and people expect them to have a magic wand waved at them and they're suddenly great again. And that's what I talked about before, about its quality, not quantity. Yes, United have quite a big squad, but we have overpaid players who are bang average, who aren't good enough and can't be brought on to change the game. Why do you think Wan-Bissaka has hardly played for United this season? He's a backup right back and he's hardly played. Has he even played? I don't think he has. So then you're getting a Diego Dalot who's going to be absolutely knackered at the start of November. Look at Lisandro Martinez. He's playing every single game and he's going to be absolutely knackered. He's playing with different partnerships because the likes of Varane's out injured, or then Maguire comes in, or Lindelof comes in. The team isn't doing well at the moment, and well, not actually, no, we are doing well at the moment, but this game for me was a massive wake-up call to realise that we know what the issue is. The issue is we have a lot of quantity but not enough quality. So that's all I can really say about it. And obviously United struggled today, obviously by the scoreline, 3-1 to obviously Aston Villa. But again, United need to, I mean, look at Arsenal. They're a great example. They're in a title race right now. They won again today, beating Chelsea 1-0. Scrappy game. I watched some of it, and it was a good game, and it was an important win for Arsenal and their title challenge. Okay. Arsenal are about 3 seasons ahead of us, and that's Arsenal. I still personally think Arsenal will drop off. I think they'll come second, but I think they'll drop off and City will win it, because City are so used to the title challenge as they've been for so many years because of how consistent they have been. And I think that's where, look, let's just look what Arteta did, right? He came into Arsenal, won an early trophy with them, okay? He got rid of the players like Mesut Ozil, like Aubameyang, like Pepe. These players that he brought in or were already at the club who caused trouble or weren't good enough, he eventually guided them out of the club, and now they're in a title challenge. This is what Ten Hag needs to be done, but obviously Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? So Manchester United fans need to be patient with Ten Hag and stop their agenda pointing the finger constantly at different Manchester United players. No, it's his fault. No, it's his fault. No, it's his fault. It's everybody's fault, okay? United are a team, not a one-man band. But anyway, we'll get on to the player ratings now. So David De Gea, I'll give a 6. I see that David De Gea is the problem. Apparently that's just people with agenda. Like, if you actually watch the goals, De Gea couldn't really done much about them. Maybe the free kick maybe could have been quicker off his line and diving quicker, but it's pretty much near post. It's literally right in front of the post, so there's not much you can really do about it. So yeah, you've got the first goal where Leon Bailey takes it early and De Gea just obviously can't save it because he slots it in the corner. The free kick obviously I've just mentioned, and that Jacob Ramsey goal, no one's fucking stopping that. It was an absolute joke. Like, 5 keepers ain't saving that, so I don't know what you can say about that. So for me, David De Gea gets a 6, even though he conceded 3 goals. Dalot, I'd give a 5. I feel like he wasn't really. I feel like he was really tired, and obviously that again, most of these players played against Real Sociedad on Thursday, and were expected to play a fresh Villa play Villa fresh, who are fresh, got a new manager, and are going to be up for it. So I'm going to be repeating that a lot probably through these player ratings. So yeah, Dalot I'd give a 5. I don't think he really did too much, but yeah, that's what I've given Dalot. Lindelof again, played on Thursday. Can't really say much about him. The partnership between Martinez and Lindelof wasn't the best today. I'm not blaming Lindelof and I'm not blaming Martinez. Martinez is obviously Lindelof is probably going to get more criticism than Martinez is, because Martinez is a fan favourite, but I am going to call out them players because, like I said, I don't want to seem like I have an agenda. I want to call out the players who don't perform well when they don't play well. So yeah, so I'll give Lindelof a 5 as well as Martinez. I'd give him a 5. I feel like that was Martinez's worst performance in a United shirt. I like how he does get stuck in. I do like his passion and his aggressiveness. But again, you can just say that he was at fault for probably all of the goals, really. He wasn't really helping out defensively. Obviously, Lindelof was really out of position for the first goal, but Martinez didn't defend it well. The free kick, Martinez didn't defend it well, which caused Luke Shaw to give away the free kick, which ended up in a goal. And that last goal was just a good cutback and left Martinez for dead, and he just didn't know what to do. But yeah, Martinez, obviously the tracking back from the midfield wasn't the best either, and the wingers. But yeah, Luke Shaw, I'd give a 5. Obviously, the goal was very lucky. It was looking like it was off target, and then obviously it took a deflection off Jacob Ramsey and went in, so it was a lucky goal. And it didn't feel like we scored today in my eyes. But yeah, give Luke Shaw a 5. Casemiro, I'd give him a man of the match. I'd give him a 6. I just feel like that I give him a 6.5. I feel like that he was the only one. It was like Casemiro against the world today. He was the only one who actually kept on tackling. He wanted the ball. He tried making his forward passes. Casemiro did really well. So yeah, I'd give Casemiro my man of the match and a 6.5 rating. Eriksen, I'd give a 5. I feel like that, as well as Van der Beek actually, but I'll talk about Eriksen first. I feel like Eriksen's time as this deep playmaker is up. I feel like the experimentation is over. Erik Ten Hag, you're not a scientist, you're not an experimenter. We know that Eriksen isn't physical enough. I can pull up the stats if you want to. And it's not good. He doesn't tackle enough. He doesn't get stuck in enough. He doesn't track his runners enough. As a 10, Eriksen will be great, but I don't think he gets stuck in enough. I don't think he's physical enough. And if you're playing a deep role in the Premier League where you're supposed to be defending and tackling, and you can't do that, it's like asking an electrician to, I don't know, it's like asking an electrician to build a house, like putting the bricks together and stuff. I don't know, that was a poor analogy, but I can't. It's like asking Messi to play centre back. There you go. Like that's what I can say. It's like asking an ant to catch a bowling ball. There you go. There's one. So again, Eriksen just doesn't get stuck in enough, and obviously he played at Brentford as a 10. He's played pretty much his entire career as the number 10. So that's where I'm saying this experimentation should be over. But anyway, yeah, I'd give Eriksen a 5, as well as Van der Beek. He didn't seem to be, he kind of disappeared in the game. I didn't think he had as bad a game as Eriksen, but again, I can only give him a 5. He didn't do much, really. He didn't create enough. Obviously, he did okay with a bit of link-up play, but apart from that, he was pretty much invisible. Rashford, when I saw the starting lineup and I saw Rashford on the right, I did close my eyes and was just like, again, obviously you're going to have to put a shift in Rashford, but I don't know what I've said Rashford, so I'll give him a 5 as well. So yeah, I feel like that Rashford on the right just isn't good enough whatsoever. Obviously, we didn't have our main right winger, which was Antony or Sancho. I don't know if Sancho was counted as a right winger. I think Sancho is better off the right. But yeah, Rashford obviously started out on the right, and then when Garnacho went off, he moved on to the left and did look a bit better, but obviously no goals were caused from it. Speaking of Garnacho, I'd give him a 5 as well. Now, a lot of players expect Garnacho to hit the ground running just because he plays with Messi and Ronaldo. I'm sorry, but we need to protect this player. We need to make sure that this player is protected, and he needs to be nurtured into the squad and not be expected to do so much so early. And that's all I can say about Garnacho. I thought he was our best attacker today. He created a few chances. He had that good opportunity in the first half where Martinez was forced to save it. So I feel like Garnacho did okay today. I'd still give him a 5 because I think he didn't do enough. And like I said, I'm going to criticise the entire team. But yeah, Garnacho, again, is a young player who played very well against Real Sociedad on Thursday. So expecting him to come into the game today is quite ludicrous, really. But yeah, I feel like that he just obviously needs to be nurtured into the team gradually, and hopefully he will become a really good player for Manchester United. Ronaldo. With Ronaldo, I've made my opinion known about Ronaldo on my channel, and I feel like that with Ronaldo, he is a great player, don't get me wrong. But he's 37. He's played 4 games in the last 10 days, and people are expecting him to be prime Ronaldo at Real Madrid. Ronaldo wasn't that player last season. Yes, Ronaldo saved United last season along with David De Gea, but right now he isn't doing anything to help us win games. I don't know, I saw Rob Dawson tweet about Ronaldo throwing his armband on the floor today or something. I have no idea, I don't know if that's true or not. But apart from that, I don't know what I can really say about Ronaldo. He's been putting in 5 out of 10s, 6 out of 10s average performances for a while now. Pretty much the entirety this season in United shirt, unless he scores a goal. So I feel like that Ronaldo is really off the mark at the moment. I just think he's just a steady line is all I can really say. So yeah, apart from that, I'd give Ronaldo a 5 as well. So substitutes, Elanga, I give a 5. Again, I've spoken about Elanga. I feel like he's a player that just isn't cut out for the Premier League. I'd give him a 5, and you're expecting him to come on and turn on and change the game. He just isn't good enough in my eyes. Martial, back from injury, 5, didn't really change the game, did he? Malacia, hopefully he plays on Thursday to actually rest the players. So I just hope that Ten Hag sacrifices this Carabao Cup game. But I'm going to the match, so if you're at the match, come and say hello. I'll be doing my interview and my video outside Old Trafford when I'm done. So yeah, I'm going to the game, and I'm hoping that Ten Hag does rotate, because because it's going to be a very tough game against Fulham next weekend. But yeah, Malacia, I'd give a 5 as well. Just didn't really do too much, did he? So yeah, that is that everyone. I think it is. Okay, I think that's everyone. I feel like I've also forgot someone though. It was Elanga, Martial, Malacia. I think that they're the only players that came on. I'm not sure. If I forgot someone, then they got a 5 as well, because obviously I can't remember them. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Obviously it was a disappointing result, but you know, that's part of football. They come and go, and during this rebuild, United fans, we've just got to be patient. Back Ten Hag. Oh yeah, I'll give Ten Hag a rating. I'll give Ten Hag a 6. I feel like that he's not really to blame, is he? I feel like that with Ten Hag, he's done very well with Manchester United so far. He's got us playing his way, which I really like and respect. So yeah, I'd give Ten Hag a 6. The only difference I would really have done is I would have played probably either McTominay or Fred, which I said in my preview, in the midfield. So I think I went with McTominay overall, but I did say that we should have changed the midfield, and I also did say that Villa would be unpredictable and it'll be a tough game. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Obviously Manchester United lose 3-1 at Villa Park. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment and share. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.